Bitcoin having a pretty big pullback this week and a lot of red in the crypto market. And with the Fed talking about pausing interest rates coming up into 2025, a lot of people are wondering, is this bull run going to happen? Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you what I think is happening here and what I think could happen over the next few weeks and the few months with crypto. So hit that like button and let's jump into it. All right, so we're going to jump into the markets here, take a look at what's going on with the market. Now, got to remember, we do kind of get big corrections in the middle of a bull market, so it's not too unusual for this to happen. The problem is when Bitcoin bled this time, unlike last time when Bitcoin dropped down, we had these alts bleeding with it. So it's kind of making people wonder if we're going to have an alt season or not, and if we're going to have a bull run. Let's take a look at what's going on here. So the total crypto market cap is just over 3.5 trillion. We were at like 3.9 trillion, so we've come down about $400 billion for the total crypto market cap over the last week. So if we take a look at Bitcoin here, currently under $99,000 as of this recording. Ethereum under around 3,500 and so on. XRP is doing pretty well. It only had like a 5% pullback for the week, not much at all. Solana's down to under $200, so that's getting a lot of people worried. A lot of people are wondering if this alt season is going to happen or not, or if the market is just going to keep dumping on us here. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin chart and see what it looks like. So if you take a look at the daily chart here, you can see we're in this channel, kind of like a channel like we were in earlier this year, except this is an ascending channel, kind of an upward trend with Bitcoin here, and we haven't lost this trend yet. If we break down below this and we start getting down below this trend line here, then I could see a further correction could be coming, and that is possible. But typically we're gonna take a look at what's happened in the past with these bull markets and see what I think will happen here. Typically we wouldn't lose this in a December, January month after having. Now that doesn't mean it won't happen, but if we go off from historical data here, I'll show you what's happened previously. But right now we're still okay as of this recording. We're still in this channel here, and hopefully we'll start making a move back up and climbing towards the top range of this channel. Once we break out of this channel again, if we break out of it, that's when we really could start seeing some more crazy movement with Bitcoin. So if we take a look at the 4-hour chart here, it looks pretty ugly, this dump with Bitcoin just kind of out of nowhere. But if you look at this one back here, we had a really ugly dump here, and we dumped all the way down to just under, like a little over 90,000 here, all the way up from, we were at like 104,000. So big dump here, and then we recovered, and we're still in this channel. This could be just the, the whales and exchanges playing with emotions of investors here, trying to liquidate the longs and the shorts. That will happen a lot in the bull run. As long as we don't lose structure, we're okay, in my opinion. If you look at these price targets here, I think the top price target on this chart currently, and this is just the auto fib extension, but this is going to be like 115,000. My target for December was 113 to 124,000 by the end of December. We're still, as of this recording, on track for that. I don't see anything too unusual. We're past the middle of the month now, where we're coming up to close to the last 10 days of the month here, and by the time this recording comes out, I think it'll be like the 21st or something, depending on when this gets out to you guys. But the last week or so of December could be very bullish. Once we get this, sometimes there's like a Christmas pump or a New Year's pump, so that could happen here in the last week of December. So let's not lose hope yet, and hope that we start climbing up towards the end of the month here. But I think as long as we're in this range, that we're going to be okay. All right, so our monthly returns chart with Bitcoin here, if we look at December, we're just over 2%. When I did a video on this a week or two ago, we were at 3%, and then we shot up to a new all-time high and got to $107,000 with Bitcoin. So this would have been closer to 10%, I believe, if I would have looked at it then. But since we've had a correction down to 98,000, we're still at 2%, so we're still in the green for December. Historically, if you look at 2020 and that post-halving year, and if we look at 2016 here in that post-halving year, this was 30% in 2016, and in 2020 it was 46%. So the average on that is somewhere around 35% or so returns for December. Now we may not get that high of returns this December. We did have a 37% gain in November, so we may not see as high of returns in December. If we did, that's going to put us like 120,000 or more for Bitcoin for December. So but I'm kind of expecting, hopefully, that we may hit that 113,000 by the end of the month. We'll see what happens here, if we reach that 113 to 115,000, or if we get all the way up to over 120,000. Just depends on how bullish things turn over the next week here before we close the month. Typically in December post-halving, Bitcoin has done extremely well, and we've pumped really hard in the end of December and in the beginning of January. So we'll see what happens here over the course of the next week or 10 days or so. If we take a look at the pi cycle top here, if we take a look at these two moving averages, they are still a long ways away from each other. When these two touch or get really close to touching, that's when this chart typically signals the top of the bull market. As you can see here, these lines are nowhere near touching each other yet, so I don't think we're anywhere near the top of the bull run. But like I said, obviously nothing is guaranteed. I don't have a crystal ball. I'm just going off of what has happened previously with these bull run cycles, and hopefully things are similar this time around, but obviously nobody knows that for sure. But based off of what's happened in the past, we are still on track for a bull run here, and I would expect much more higher moves with Bitcoin over the course of the next several months that push us up well above 100,000, probably in that 120 to 150,000 range before we peak out for this bull run. Some people think potentially 200,000 or more. That is possible as well. My top out for Bitcoin this cycle prediction here, and this is just a guess, would be probably around 120 to 150,000, but we'll see how this plays out. We really need to see an alt season here over the course of the next 3 months. Hopefully that happens here and we start getting an alt season before we see the potential summer dump in 2025. So hopefully that happens here. But my Christmas wish is to not have a white Christmas. It is to have a green Christmas with green candles in Bitcoin, or at least in alts, and hopefully we stop seeing this red. Red and green are the Christmas colors, but I'm hoping for green more so than red for Christmas. So we'll see how this plays out and see if Santa drops some goodies in our portfolios over the next week or so here. That's what I'm hoping for. So hopefully we do really well here in this bull run, and hopefully we're all successful. But I'm not sure how many videos I'll have over the next few days. Just depends on my schedule with the holidays and all that. But I do want to wish all of you guys a happy holiday season here. I'll try to get some more videos out over the course of the next week, but things might be hectic with the holiday season here. But I'll try to get as many videos in over the next week as I can. But I really appreciate you guys' support, and don't forget to check out Cryptonomy, guys. Like I said, the link is in the description below. If you're interested in getting my Telegram group, that is absolutely free. The link for the Telegram group is in the description below. And if you're interested in my Discord, that is through Patreon membership. That is where I share all my trades and everything in there with that community through the Patreon membership. That is for my Discord. The link for that is in the description below. That's all I've got for this video, guys. I appreciate it. We'll see you on the next video.